Capricorn, we're going to be doing your reading, so we're going to get right into it and see what is going on for you guys. Capricorn, okay, 5 of Cups. All right, so maybe I feel like you're trying to move past something, okay? That's what I feel. So, all right, let's see what's going on here, Capricorn, Capricorn, Capricorn. All right. Capricorn. All right. Okay, Capricorn, so let's see. Oh, the Hierophant is at the bottom. All right, so let's see. You guys have the 9 of Cups, and this is showing up for the area of your mind here. So, okay, I think that there is something that I think there's a level of you guys being a little bit uncomfortable with something, okay, that kind of stuff. But I feel like you're thinking like, that's okay. We're gonna keep moving on, that kind of thing. Something's gonna get better here, okay? But I do feel like there's a level. It almost feels like you're like, are you serious? Like that's what it feels like in the area of your mind, okay? All right. Interesting. Okay, so you guys have the 6 of Wands, and this is showing up for the area of your feelings. I think you are feeling kind of seen, or you're feeling like this is the time for me to do something, okay, or to put something forward, that kind of stuff, okay? But all right, maybe this is something that you're feeling a level of like, okay, I'm going to win this thing, or that you're feeling like there's something to be like celebrated, that kind of thing. Very interesting energy here. Okay. Well, I don't know that it's like, whoa, this is super interesting. I think I just wasn't really expecting this, okay? That kind of stuff. So, all right, you have the 8 of Swords, and this is showing up in your environment. I feel like there's a level of maybe feeling trapped with something, or maybe somebody is holding themselves back, and that's kind of what I feel. I feel like there's maybe an energy of somebody who's holding themselves back. I'm not exactly sure why, but I feel like this is somebody who has something to say, or is feeling constricted in some sense, okay, that kind of stuff. What I'm understanding here, Capricorn, is it almost feels like if there, it feels like maybe there's somebody who is like tied up with something, or is being like, I only have this amount of time to do something, or something like that, okay, that kind of stuff. I don't know, I don't know if you're really understanding that about this person's situation, or if there's, I don't know, there's something here. I do understand like a disconnect between like somebody that you're around, or a situation, and then kind of like the way you're feeling, okay? Feels like maybe you are fulfilled with something, or feeling of feeling of like, I need to make this, I need this to be like correct, or I need to feel like satisfied with something here, that kind of stuff, okay? That might be part of whatever this is, okay? I also feel like there maybe is something that you're thinking like, okay, maybe this is too much. This, I almost want to say an overkill situation, something about that. Very interesting, but it does feel like you're feeling a level of like, I'm being seen for this thing, or I'm like, it almost feels like under the microscope. Like the 6 of Wands is a great energy, okay, especially if you're wanting like a victory, that kind of stuff, or even like receiving attention for something, okay? But it feels a little, there's something else going on here. So let's figure this out. So you guys have the Knight of Swords. This is showing up for your possible goal here. I think there's something that you are wanting to maybe, you know what I understand? I think that your goal is to do something maybe quickly, or saying something very fast, or saying something that is like influential in some type of way, okay? Or doing something that has like a certain amount of influence on somebody, that kind of stuff, okay? I also understand maybe thinking about something in the terms of like, this thing is oversaturated, or I don't know, something about that, but you're still feeling a level of like, I'm going to be seen for whatever this is. For some of you guys, I'll tell you something, okay? For some of you guys, this could be as simple as there's somebody around you who's closed-minded. You could be feeling like, okay, I'm being seen, or I enjoy something that is like maybe on a public scale, that kind of stuff. And you might be feeling, or I'm sorry, thinking a level of like, I'm satisfied by this. I feel fulfilled. I feel like very comfortable. I have what I need, that kind of stuff. Okay. That's what I'm feeling here. But again, I think that maybe you're trying to maybe explain this to somebody else, or trying to like shed light on something. Maybe again, trying to have somebody else like, understand what it is that you're trying to say or how you're influencing a certain situation, that kind of stuff. Okay, certainly could be. All right, let's keep going. I like can't wait to clarify this because it's interesting. 9 of Cups and 6 of Wands are such good energies, but for whatever reason here, my intuition is like, there's something here. So, all right, for the possible issue, you guys have the 8 of Wands. So there we go. So you have the Knight of Swords, and then you have the 8 of Wands here. So it's like you want something to, I want to say, it's like I almost feel like you want somebody else to break out of their shell. Okay. That's kind of what this is feeling like here. That's a tricky thing to do, but I understand that. To me, it feels almost like maybe helping somebody out, maybe a little bit of maybe a tough love type of situation, something like that. Okay. But I feel like either the way something is being said or the frequency at which something is happening here, that I feel like is maybe presenting as a problem. And especially if you have this, if something is like maybe going too fast, or something was like maybe like way too truthful, be like, whoa, that was like a lot of honesty, that kind of stuff, then I feel like maybe that is the problem, because it feels like you're wanting a certain level of like, again, like extreme honesty here, or you're wanting to like influence somebody else's decision making or something about that. But it's either like you're feeling like the time is not right, that kind of stuff, or that the momentum of something is not building up the way that you're wanting it to. Okay, so all right, you have the Judgment card. This is showing up as your opportunity. So here's what I feel like if you have this goal of being like, okay, Knight of Swords, like I want to either get more information on whatever this is, or again, influencing somebody in some, I don't know, in some capacity here, then I feel like your opportunity is to make either, I kind of want to just say, do whatever it is. Like, it almost feels like more so focusing on you, okay, that kind of stuff. And I got to tell you, one of the fire sign readings kind of had this message too. It was like this feeling of like, you can't really force an awakening on somebody else, or you can't force somebody else to kind of like, see something the way that you want it to, or, you know, that kind of stuff. So this might be that like your opportunity is to have like a self-realization, or to just like take accountability on something that like you're doing, that kind of stuff. Okay, certainly could be. I will also say with this 6 of Wands here in the area of your feelings, you might be feeling like a level of like, well, I've been seen for that thing, or whatever the heck it is, that kind of stuff. And it could be that your opportunity is to like, I want to say almost critique yourself in some sense. Okay, that kind of thing. You know, I mean, that is kind of what I'm understanding. All right, so let's see here. I also think that you might be aware that it is time to do something, but for whatever reason, I feel like you're maybe like, I don't exactly want to do that. And it could be because you're very much like comfortable in something that you're already involved with, or you're just kind of like, you know, feeling happy where you are, you know, that kind of stuff. So, all right, let's like definitely clarify this. And oh, that's the wrong deck. Let's see what else is going on here. Capricorn. All right, Capricorn. Do you know what I'm getting? The book Night by Eli Wiesel. Random, but I am getting that. Okay. Really interesting. So I got that off of this card with this guy with the blue pajamas here. That's actually a different story. The boy with the striped pajamas, I think that's called. I don't know what we're talking. Well, it feels pretty specific actually. But all right, so let's see what's going on here. Maybe you guys are big music lovers. I'm getting like soup beans. So I don't know, man. This is getting freaking kind of interesting, huh? So, all right, let's see what's going on. All right. All right. Okay. Let's see. Whoa. All right. Let's do it. Oh, Capricorn. You know, I got to tell you, Capricorn, I started your reading. Well, I mean, we're doing your reading right now, but this is the second time I'm starting it. The beginning of your reading for the other one was like vastly different, but I don't know, my phone, it's a thing that if I sit down to do a reading, my phone, just all the people in the world, it's okay. So, all right, let's see. You guys have the 9 of Cups, and then you have it with the 6 of Cups here. I actually really, really like that. Okay. So this is showing up for, again, the area of your mind. So there's something here that it's almost like you're feeling a level of like, you know what? I have so much. I'm going to share something with you. I love that energy. That's friggin' awesome. Okay. There is something about that. And I also feel like there's something that you were maybe, I want to say like, there's something nostalgic or something like very familiar. And I feel like you are feeling a level of like, again, you're either feeling a little bit uncomfortable being recognized with something, or there's something that you're maybe like, I don't even know if this person like knows who I am, or they're recognizing me, or something regarding that. Okay. That kind of thing. But I'm telling you, there's something here where I feel like it's like if you're in a position, Capricorn, where you're like, I have enough, you're going to know that, right? You're going to know that energy more than I am. I do think that you are thinking like, how can I share this? That's friggin' awesome. I always had this, like, I have this dream that like, I'm going to win like the lottery and have like all this money, and I'm just going to like prance around and like friggin' spread that wealth, man. Like, I want that to happen so badly. Like, I really do. You know what I'm saying? Be a good thing. Be a good thing. I like visualize it, like not even on purpose. I'm like, I just want to like walk around giving everybody freaking money and like, you know, doing like cool stuff like that. So that the reason why I'm just saying that is because that's almost what this energy feels like. It's like, I have more than enough. I want to share it with somebody, that kind of stuff. Okay. Absolutely. So, all right, let's see. Okay, so you have the 6 of Wands, and then you have it with the 2 of Wands here, and this is showing up for the area of your feelings. So I do think that there is something that you're like, okay, I've been seen for this, I've been recognized for this, that kind of stuff, or you are feeling like, I should have been recognized for this, I should have been like in the public eye or something about that, or I should have won something, what the heck, I should have won something here. But you might be feeling like, in order to kind of like make sure that this victory happens again or something regarding that, I feel like you're feeling like, I need to plan my next move. It's like, okay, I won, but I'm not going to like stop there. Like, I want the next win. I want this like to be like a continuous, like a continuous victory of some sort. You know what I'm saying? That kind of stuff, bringing something to the next level, that kind of thing. So absolutely. All right. So let's see, you guys have the 8 of Swords, and you have it with the 7 of Pentacles here. This is somebody who I think that is, again, I think that they're kind of maybe staying in place for something. And I wonder if it's because there's a feeling of like, is this really worth it? Or is there another way around this? That kind of stuff. But what I understand is this is somebody who is keeping themselves in a certain position because I think they're not sure if something is going to like pay off or not, or if there's like, or should I kind of like, take a different approach with this, that kind of stuff. Okay. That's kind of what I'm feeling. I'm also understanding a feeling of this person feeling judged for something. I don't exactly know what to do with that, but I do feel that energy. I feel like this is somebody who's like, I feel like I'm being judged, and that might be something. Okay. This person might be like, well, I'm frozen now because I feel like I'm being judged, or something about that. Or they are feeling like, again, I don't know what like the result of whatever this is going to be, or should I have like done something differently, or is there a different way to get out of this, that kind of stuff. Okay. But I do understand maybe like a frozen type of response in some sense. Okay. Happening in your environment. So, all right. Okay. All right, so you guys have the Knight of Swords, and you have it with the 7 of Cups here, and this is showing up for what you're wanting. I think that this is just decisiveness. I do think so, and I also understand something about, I do think you are maybe wanting somebody else to either return back to an idea or a choice that they had maybe originally chosen, okay? Being like, hey, remember you chose this thing, like let's kind of like return back to that. Or you are wanting maybe more information to influence a decision that you are wanting to make, or to help somebody get out of something that they might be feeling like, well, now this isn't even worth it, that kind of stuff. So that's what I'm feeling. You have the Justice card, and this is showing up as like what to do. So to me, this feels, it feels kind of, I don't know if I want to say simple, but it feels like what to do is to just kind of like put some energy into something here. Okay. That kind of stuff. But I feel like this is maybe doing something extremely deliberately, because here's what I'm understanding. Whatever it is you're going to choose now, or whatever it is that you're doing now, okay, there's going to be long-term results for that, okay? That's what I'm feeling here. So I feel like that's kind of, and I think you kind of know that, okay? 6 of Wands and the 2 of Wands here in the area of your feelings. It's like there's this energy of like, this is going to have a long-term effect, or you know what I'm saying, that kind of thing. So I feel like that maybe that's what you're wanting, is to kind of maybe retrace all of your steps so you can like, you know, really figure out if something is maybe even attainable in the first place, or if something is like totally up in the air, like this is a friggin' delusionville, like that kind of stuff. But I really think that this is like, I need to make like a quick decision, or again, wanting somebody else maybe to kind of like offer you some advice or information or something, possibly to help you whittle down your choices, or to really bring something down into reality, okay, that kind of stuff. So that's what I'm feeling like this Justice card is really asking you to do, is like kind of think a little future focused with whatever it is going on now, you know, with the knowing that it's gonna, whatever it is, it's gonna affect the future, you know, that kind of stuff. So all right, you have the Lovers card, and this is showing up as what to avoid. I think there's maybe this is something about don't choose the obvious choice, whatever that is. Okay, there might be something where it's like, listen, you know, or this could even be like if you've already made a decision in the past and it didn't work out, or there was like a lack of harmony, that kind of stuff, then, you know, certainly that could be I mean, if that's the case, I feel like this Justice card and the Lovers card is like extremely like direct guidance. I really want to say it's like, don't choose the thing that's the most obvious thing. Okay, don't feel like you're not allowed to like choose something different, that kind of stuff. But again, there is this notion of like, it's whatever is going on now, there's going to be an effect about that in the future, you know what I'm saying? It's going to, you know, cause an effect, that kind of stuff. So all right, okay, so you with the Eight of Wands, you guys have the King of Cups here, and this is showing up for the possible issue. Maybe this is somebody who has said something like out of turn, or said something that maybe like hit you the wrong way, that kind of stuff. Okay, certainly could be. All right, there might even I also understand where it's like, maybe there's something that you usually would be like nice, calm, cool, and collected, but I wonder if this is like, oh, but that's the one thing. Like if you say that thing, or if you do that thing, like that's when maybe, you know, you or somebody around you maybe is feeling like, okay, this is really uncomfortable, or I'm, you know, this is the thing that makes me lose my cool. This is like my like button that, like, you know, don't press that button, you know, that kind of stuff. That might be somewhat of an issue here. Okay. And I also think that maybe somebody made a decision about something possibly too quickly. Okay. Or said something and it was like, well, that's like not what I meant. Okay. In some sense, but I'll tell you something. I think you're also feeling that energy. It's almost like, okay, it's like, did they pick up on that or did they not? That's almost what I'm feeling. So, all right. You have the Strength card, and this is showing up for what to do here. So I mean, I feel like there's something about keeping your inner strength and keeping your inner like calm, cool, collected, you know, inside world, that kind of stuff. Okay. That's kind of what I'm feeling here, especially if there is like an issue with maybe somebody who's like quick to anger or quick to, or maybe just doesn't even want to friggin' hear it. Maybe it's like, dude, I just don't want to be around whatever this is, or the way that you're kind of, I don't know. I'm also getting, I'm getting like motion sickness, seasickness off of this too. So maybe that's part of whatever this is an energy of like motion sickness in some sense. Okay, that kind of stuff certainly could be. I know that's really random. Definitely not going to be for everybody, but I'm understanding that. Okay, it's almost like it was like smooth sailing, and then there was like a massive like wave, a friggin' tsunami of some sort. You know, like that kind of stuff. So I definitely feel like, you know, you're being asked to kind of like tame the beast, that kind of stuff. You know, again, we can't do that for somebody else. That's like an inner journey. That's something that we can control ourselves, that hopefully, okay, but you know, we can't really control other people. So that's what I'm feeling here, is just like controlling your inner world the best you can, that kind of stuff. Okay. Again, if this is like maybe a conflict with somebody who's just like not willing to hear it, then I would say save your friggin' energy, man. You know, that kind of stuff. There could be something about like endurance, that kind of stuff. Okay. Here's what I'm also getting. If you're like bombarded by friggin' questions or whatever it is, or I don't know, something that where it's like a situation where maybe somebody's having a hard time figuring something out or whatever's going on, that can be kind of a lot if it's all the time, you know, that kind of stuff. That can definitely be a lot. So maybe there is something in that is like showing up as a little bit of an issue or problem, that kind of stuff. All right. You have the Queen of Cups, and this is showing up as what to avoid here. Again, I feel like I would avoid taking, I almost want to say avoid taking something like personally, okay? Because there just might be somebody who's like going through something that is just like, again, maybe a personal type of situation, or the way something is hitting somebody here, maybe yourself, is putting them in a mood or a situation where they're feeling maybe like under attack, dude, or feeling like, okay, I just like, I don't really know, like, I don't even know how to deal with this, or this has become too much. I'm just going to friggin' like leave, or, you know, I don't know, something like that. Okay. So yeah, I do feel like this is maybe like, you know, not taking something super personally, that kind of stuff, for one reason or another. And this could also be like, you know, maybe there's something here. What to avoid is kind of picking up on like other people's emotions. You know, King of Cups showing up as an issue here. Queen of Cups is what to avoid. It could be that it's just like, hey, right now we got to kind of like, you know, try our best not to oh man, this is a hard one, dude. I was gonna say like try and put like your empath dial down. I don't know. That's a friggin' hard one. That is a hard one. So I don't know. Maybe it's more just like just try your best not to take it personal. That kind of stuff. Okay, you might be in the energy of like being flooded with downloads, flooded with intuition, something about that, okay? That kind of stuff. There certainly could be something about that. You could be feeling like you're like a friggin' moth to a flame right now, that kind of stuff. I really understand this. So, okay, let's see. You guys have the Judgment card, and then you have it with the Knight of Pentacles, and this is showing up as your opportunity. That's what I'm saying. There is, okay, even though maybe you're either wanting a really quick answer, or you want somebody else to like clear up some confusion, or to maybe even give you a second opinion on something that you're like, I don't know if that was the right decision. I think your opportunity is to do that, okay? Is maybe to find a different answer for something, that kind of stuff. Or this is to make a decision on something, but not rushing it. Do you know what I'm saying? Making a decision and then being like, okay, I'm going to focus on this thing to make sure this thing is actualized, okay? That kind of stuff. I don't think this is like off to the races. I think it's more so of like like an energy that you can sustain or maintain or something like that, okay? That kind of stuff. That's what I'm feeling like with that Knight of Pentacles there. I would also say there might be something here where your opportunity is to maybe plan something out, that kind of stuff, like really like planning something out, that type of energy before making a decision. Or again, it's like, okay, if you made the decision, or you were like, okay, I'm gonna do this thing, it's time to do it, whatever the heck it is, then I feel like there's this energy of like, then backing that up with action, okay? That kind of stuff. And then finally, I do understand the energy of if this has something to do with like kind of like critiquing yourself, or kind of like evaluating like your own situation, that kind of stuff, then I do feel like that your opportunity is to take that into account and maybe make like little changes, adjustments, that kind of stuff with whatever's going on, okay? That kind of stuff. So, all right, you have the Star card, and this is showing up as what to do. I feel like there is, okay, so I'm telling you, for those of you who are like major empaths, or like really tapped in, like very like sensitive, whatever the heck you want to call it, that kind of stuff. I mean, this, I don't know. I really don't know how to be like, okay, don't feel any of your feelings. I don't know, man. I don't have that cure or whatever. I don't know how to do that, okay? But I kind of want to just keep saying like, don't take it personally, you know, something about that. All right. So I do feel like this is maybe like turning the dial down of like the whole empath thing, that kind of stuff. Okay. Maybe trying to like really stay in your energy. Okay. That kind of stuff. Or at least like maybe putting up like emotional boundaries, or I don't know, a layer protection in some area, that kind of thing. That's what I'm feeling. I also think there is an energy of maybe giving back in some sense, but I also kind of feel like that's like, I kind of feel like you're already thinking of that. You know what I'm saying? I kind of think you're already thinking like, I have more than enough. I want to help somebody out, or help somebody else out, or I don't know, something like that. Okay. That's what I'm feeling. Like getting back to a time of satisfaction, I almost want to say. So you have the 10 of Cups, and this is showing up as what to avoid. So that's what I'm saying. We cannot make everybody happy, unfortunately. That's just life, you know? Can't make everyone happy. So I think what to avoid here is the expectation that something is going to be completely perfect, or that there's not going to be a need to go through maybe some like really maybe difficult times, okay, that kind of stuff, to reach the end of the tunnel there, that kind of stuff. That's what I'm feeling, all right? Absolutely. So friggin' interesting. That was an interesting one, Capricorn. I really hope it was helpful and made sense, all that kind of stuff. If not, you could check your other placements. Otherwise, I will see you guys back for your next one. Thank you. Bye.